Beijing, formerly romanized as Peking, is the capital of the People's Republic of China and the world's third most populous city proper. It is also one of the world's most populous capital cities. The city, located in northern China, is governed as a direct-controlled municipality under the national government with 16 urban, suburban, and rural districts. Beijing Municipality is surrounded by Hebei Province with the exception of neighbouring Tianjin Municipality to the southeast. Together the three divisions form the Jingjinji Metropolitan Region and the National Capital Region of China. After the First Emperor unified China, Beijing became a prefectural capital for the region. Beijing is situated at the northern tip of the roughly triangular North China Plain, which opens to the south and east of the city. Mountains to the north, northwest and west shield the city and northern China's agricultural heartland from the encroaching desert steppes. The northwestern part of the municipality, especially Yanqing County and Huairu District, are dominated by the Jiandu Mountains, while the western part is framed by Zishan or the Western Hills. The Great Wall of China across the northern part of Beijing Municipality was built on the rugged topography to defend against nomadic incursions from the steppes. Mount Dongling, in the western hills and on the border with Hebei, is the municipality's highest point, with an altitude of 2,303 meters, 7,556 feet. Beijing has a monsoon-influenced humid continental climate, Köppen climate classification II, characterized by higher humidity in the summers due to the East Asian monsoon, and colder, windier, drier winters that reflect the influence of the West Siberian anticyclone. Spring can bear witness to sandstorms blowing in from the Gobi Desert across the Mongolian steppe, accompanied by rapidly warming, but generally dry, conditions. Autumn, like spring, is a season of transition and minimal precipitation. The monthly daily average temperature in January is -3.7 degrees Celsius, 25.3 degrees Fahrenheit, while in July it is 26.2 degrees Celsius, 79.2 degrees Fahrenheit. Beijing has a long history of environmental problems. Between 2000 and 2009 Beijing's urban extent quadrupled, which not only strongly increased the extent of anthropogenic emissions, but also changed the meteorological situation fundamentally, even if emissions of human society are not included. For example, surface albedo, wind speed and humidity near the surface were decreased, whereas ground and near-surface air temperatures, vertical air dilution and ozone levels were increased. Dust from the erosion of deserts in northern and northwestern China results in seasonal dust storms that plague the city. The Beijing Weather Modification Office sometimes artificially induces rainfall to fight such storms and mitigate their effects. People native to urban Beijing speak the Beijing dialect, which belongs to the Mandarin subdivision of spoken Chinese. This speech is the basis for Putonghua, the standard spoken language used in the mainland China and Taiwan, and one of the 4 official languages of Singapore. Rural areas of Beijing Municipality have their own dialects akin to those of Hebei Province, which surrounds Beijing Municipality. Beijing cuisine is the local style of cooking. Peking roast duck is perhaps the best-known dish. Fuling jiabing, a traditional Beijing snack food, is a pancake, bing, resembling a flat disc with a filling made from fuling, a fungus used in traditional Chinese medicine. Tea houses are common in Beijing. At the historical heart of Beijing lies the Forbidden City, the enormous palace compound that was the home of the emperors of the Ming and Qing dynasties. The Forbidden City hosts the Palace Museum, which contains imperial collections of Chinese art. Surrounding the Forbidden City are several former imperial gardens, parks and scenic areas, notably Beihai, Shichihai, Zongnanhai, Jingshan and Zongshan. These places, particularly Beihai Park, are described as masterpieces of Chinese gardening art, and are popular tourist destinations with tremendous historical importance in the modern era. Beijing contains several well-preserved pagodas and stone pagodas, such as the towering pagoda of Danning Temple, which was built during the Liao dynasty from 1100 to 1120, and the pagoda of Sishu Temple, which was built in 1576 during the Ming dynasty. Historically noteworthy stone bridges include the 12th century Lugu Bridge, the 17th century Balikiao Bridge, and the 18th century Jade Belt Bridge. The Beijing Ancient Observatory displays pre-telescopic spheres dating back to the Ming and Qing dynasties. The Fragrant Hills, Xiangshan, is a popular scenic public park that consists of natural landscaped areas as well as traditional and cultural relics. The Beijing Botanical Garden exhibits over 6,000 species of plants, including a variety of trees, bushes and flowers, and an extensive peony garden. The Taoranting, Longtan, Kaiyang, Haidian, Miluyuan and Zizuyuan parks are some of the notable recreational parks in the city. The Beijing Zoo is a center of zoological research that also contains rare animals from various continents, including the Chinese giant panda. There are 144 museums and galleries, as of June 2008, in the city. In addition to the Palace Museum in the Forbidden City and the National Museum of China, other major museums include the National Art Museum of China, the Capital Museum, the Beijing Art Museum, the Military Museum of the Chinese People's Revolution, the Geological Museum of China, the Beijing Museum of Natural History and the Paleozoological Museum of China. Located at the outskirts of urban Beijing, but within its municipality are the 13 tombs of the Ming dynasty, the lavish and elaborate burial sites of 13 Ming emperors, which have been designated as part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site Imperial Tombs of the Ming and Qing dynasties. The archaeological Peking Man site at Zhaocaodian is another World Heritage Site within the municipality, containing a wealth of discoveries, among them one of the first specimens of Homo erectus and an assemblage of bones of the gigantic hyena Pachycrocida brevirostris. There are several sections of the UNESCO World Heritage Site Great Wall of China, most notably Badaling, Jinshanling, Samatai and Mushaniu. The religious heritage of Beijing is rich and diverse as Chinese folk religion, Taoism, Buddhism, Confucianism, Islam and Christianity all have significant historical presence in the city. Beijing serves as a large rail hub in China's railway network. Beijing is connected by road links to all parts of China as part of the National Trunk Road Network. Beijing's primary airport is the Beijing Capital International Airport, about 20 kilometers, 12 miles, northeast of the city center. The Beijing subway, which began operating in 1969, now has 18 lines, 334 stations, and 554 kilometers, 344 miles, of track and is the second longest subway system in the world. Beijing has long been well known for the number of bicycles on its streets. Although the rise of motor traffic has created a great deal of congestion and bicycle use has declined, bicycles are still an important form of local transportation.